Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another meeting of Toastmasters. Those who are in NCR might have been greeted by the early morning showers today, so it becomes a special, refreshing morning for us. Hopefully, the weather is also doing well in other parts of the country. So today, I thought that let's start with something fun. Let's energize ourselves. Getting more energy in the body before a meeting is always a great idea, right? So why don't we all stand up, turn on the cameras? Sarah, you're in the right, just watch me. Okay, perfect. So what we'll do is that okay, the best way to energize is movement, right? Like we've all heard that. So what we'll do is yeah, volunteer yourself. Somebody comes on the stage and you tell us choose. So two things you have to do: choose a number between 1 and 5, and you tell us what work like what exercise we should do, so, or a stretch, right? So as an example, it can be something like, okay, do a jog on the spot for few seconds, for 5 seconds, let's say, right? Or it could be a stretch like this, it could be something like that, it could even be push-ups. So now you just pray that someone does not pick a push-up or a burpee. Right? Surya Namaskar. Surya, yeah. Okay, it can be one. Yeah, that's a great loophole. It can only be one, one asana or one exercise, not a sequence of it. No, we can't cheat like that. Okay, so let's start with it. Who would like to give us the first exercise or first stretch?
I'll take
Okay, me. Who's that?
Hiren.
Neetal Hiren. Hirinder. Okay, first Hirinder, then Neetal. Hirinder, go for it. Choose a number
Okay.
between 1 and 5 and tell us how many. I mean, that's the number of times we do it, and what do we do?
Yeah, let's do it 5 times. Just
Okay.
I'm going to take very simple one. So stretch your hand
Mhm.
and make a fist, and then rotate your fist clockwise 5 times, and then reverse it 5 times. Good
Perfect.
job.
That's
Back to you.
awesome. Actually, my wrists already feel more relaxed from all the typing. Okay, I saw Neetal was the next one. What should we
I will
do?
continue with the Hirenda one. So just stretch your hand and press your palm and hold for 5 seconds, and then
Okay.
the other one. One, two, three, four, five. The
I,
next round.
okay.
You feel a stretch on your forearm
Yeah.
and done.
Awesome. Lot of wrist. Looks like a lot of us type. These feel good. Great.
Yeah.
And we'll have one last one who wants to go.
Vivek was doing it.
Vivek, yeah, okay. Shivani and then Vivek.
Okay,
Go for it. Shivani first.
Just 5 times left to
Okay.
right.
Okay. Do it.
And just again right to left.
Our recordings would look so amazing, by the way. Right now.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's amazing. Okay, and we'll end with Toastmaster Vivek. What do you want to give us?
okay. So the
All right.
last one, let us fly freely. So just do like this,
Lovely.
show a big smile on your face and
Hmm.
fly like a free bird.
I'm going to hit the roof.
Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
everyone.
No.
This was awesome. I hope everyone feels more relaxed, more in the present moment. And yeah, I'm also pleasantly surprised nobody chose this opportunity to, really, really trouble the other people. Nobody chose a plank or a push-up or, think really hard things like that. So yes, you all are amazing. Thank you for being nice to everyone. So with that, let's start with our meeting today. And for in case they're guests or even for the existing members, I'll begin with reiterating the mission statement for Toastmasters. Uh, the mission of any Toastmasters club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which the members can develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. We accomplish this by following 4 core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And in order to do this, there are a few housekeeping rules that I'm going to mention now. This will allow for a more engaging and respectful meeting overall. So since I see that we are only having an online meeting today, then these rules apply for the online audience. The first is that, for making the meeting more engaging, please keep your cameras on at most all times or whenever you can. Please keep your mics off when you're not speaking, and do not type on the chat box. This will allow you to give full attention to the speaker, and also helps you practice your listening skills. And finally, please be respectful when talking about sensitive topics such as religion, sex, and politics. With that said, I would like to now hand over the virtual stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya, for beautiful opening of the meeting and wonderful stretches. I welcome all the fellow Toastmasters and guests for the weekly meeting of Storytellers Club and the Toastmaster Club of Leaders Connect. I am Hirinder, the presiding officer for today, and we have beautiful agenda lined up for today's meeting. Before we proceed, Rajeshwari, are you a guest or a member? Rajeshwari, I see.
I'm a member.
Okay, great, Rajeshwari. We'll probably check with you once toward the last fag end of our meeting. How did you feel and you like about our meeting? And Sarah, can I ask you if you're a member or a guest? Sarah?
I'm a member of another club, Janakpuri Toastmasters Club.
Okay, great, Sarah. Thank you for attending our meeting, and we'll check with you again towards the fag end of our meeting. How did you like our meeting and your feedback to the meeting? So today we have only online members and we do not have the offline one. So we'll start the agenda. And since I did not prepare for this, I will happy to hand it over to today's team mode of the day, Toastmaster Vivek. Over to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Hirinder. If I may take this opportunity to make few announcements. Number one, members are requested to consider renewing their membership by 25th of March 2026. We have been talking about it, so let's do that. Second is E3 area level contest schedule is finalized. Yesterday, I had a chat with our area director, Toastmaster Atul Vij. So it is on 4th April, that is Saturday, at 10 a.m. at Karnail Singh Stadium, Connaught Place, Delhi. Flyers and announcement will be out soon, but this is an advance information to all our members. Number 3, our District 41 is organizing Speak India 2026 on 21st March at Delhi. So please do plan to attend the same for 3 powerful reasons. Witness the top 8 contestants, keynote speeches and table topic for everyone. Plus, you get opportunity to network. Who knows, one clean connection can change your life. So that brings me to the theme of today's meeting.
1 second, Vivek. Sorry to interrupt. Is the date of the area contest final or can it be postponed?
It's final because area contest takes care of all the clubs in E3. So I've been following up with our area director, district team. And last meeting also, I said this will be in the first weekend of April. Last
Okay.
week also I made that, I shared this information
Oh,
because I know many
yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
So this will be having many clubs, Toastmaster Kanika, not only our club, but in E3 maybe there are some 7-8 clubs or maybe 10 clubs. I don't know the composition, but there will be many clubs. And they are combining table topic as well as ISC contest on the same day. So it will be almost 7-8 hours event, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, and
So
it
it
will be
takes a lot.
offline.
It will be offline. It's not online.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for asking this question. And so friends, this takes me to today's meeting theme, creating clean connection. And before I talk about that, in our meeting is conducted in 3 parts: prepared speeches, table topic session, and evaluation section. In prepared speech section, we have members who are delivering speeches following their pathways. Toastmasters is a educational organization. So where we uh, we basically we practice. It's a non-judgmental platform where we practice communication and leadership skills by playing different roles as we are doing today in each meeting, and learn by doing by providing feedback to each other. So first prepared speeches, and these speeches will be evaluated by evaluation team. Then there are table topic session. In table topic session, there will be a table topic master, and guests are also invited. Members also participate where for a minute or 2 minute, 1 to 2 minute speech is given on the topic which table topic master gives. And finally, evaluation section where everybody who serve whatever is happening in the entire meeting, this is evaluated and that report is shared by the evaluation team, general evaluator and his team. So let me now ask you, can we sit straight and just calm down your mind? Keep your camera on if possible. Pause. Whatever thought comes, allow it to come and let it go. It's okay. Thoughts anyway will come. But don't hold on that thought. If convenient, close your eyes. So at this point of time, I invite you to think. I invite you to think back the most important experiences of your life. The highest moments, your greatest wins, experiences where you achieved your goals, which were appearing almost impossible at the start. Stay with all such proud moments of your life. Savor them. Soak them. Now, I ask you that you ask yourself, how many of them happened to you absolutely alone without any help from anyone? You can open your eyes. It's okay. I want to ask you some of your feedbacks. Anybody randomly can say answer could be yes, no, mix, somewhat, whatever. Please.
In my case, most happened because of some external help rather than my own initiative.
Thank you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit. How about others?
Yes,
Yeah,
similar. Go ahead, Toastmaster.
Yeah. Same with me. It has never been a solo thing. It's always been with the help of other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Toastmaster Kanika. Go ahead, others.
For me, one of the highest point in my life was when I scored 100 percentile in my psychology exam for entering university entrance. That was one of the highest moments, and I do like to attribute that to my own self, that I was the one who studied, but in background there was a lot of help. Both my parents really support me along the way, and every time I doubted myself, they were there to remind me, okay, whenever you doubt yourself, think about your end goal and go with that instead of the immediate result you want. So yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarah, for sharing your most important wins of your life and acknowledging that there have been people behind the scene who have been supporting you. So there were some connections which were helping you, which were motivating you, which were supporting you to help you to achieve your goal. Toastmaster Hirinder?
Yeah, so Toastmaster Vivek, what I was thinking is whenever I achieve something or I do good, I feel that it somewhere started within me, the desire to do well, to start. And then I find someone from the family or external, someone comes up, help me, but the the desire starts within. Then we progress in that direction. So I feel it's me doing 1% and 99% getting help from other, but this 1% starts with me.
Wonderful. Amazing perspective, Toastmaster Hirinder, that it starts with me. And you said that 1% and 99% from others. That's an amazing perspective for me to learn from you. Any other perspectives anybody else would like to share?
I would want to share. For me, the highest point right now is getting the job in Times of India, and I believe that the initiative for me, it was something that I took it up on my own. However, the people and the background definitely has helped me to move forward in the organization. So
Great.
initiative comes from your own selves, but there would be people who would be helping you in the background, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Toastmaster Mehak, Toastmaster Hirinder say, no, it starts with me, and then a lot of support come from others. There are a lot of cheerleaders around you. It could be your family, it could be your community, it could be your friends, colleagues, and they are all your connections. Those who cheer for you in your success, those who bless you, those who may not be directly be part of your team. So such amazing inputs to start today's theme. And what I promise you that by end of this today's session, I will talk more and more about clean connection people.
I
And
have something to add.
yeah, please go ahead.
So it's like people are ready to take when it comes to success, but when you make a mistake, no one is ready to take a share in that. So I attribute all my success and failure to myself. At the end of the day, it's me who is responsible for my life.
Amazing perspective. And it reminds me of Maharshi Valmiki. And that story goes like this, that whatever he was doing to earn the livelihood for his family, support his family, family said, no, no, we are not interested what karma he is doing. We are interested the whatever food he is bringing and how we are able to survive. His karma is with him. Absolutely great perspective. So let me just take 1 minute more and then we will come to the agenda that absolutely all of you are right. Connection is the essence of life. Without connection, there is no life. Today, I will talk about clean connection people. Who are they? What does it take to practice clean connection? So more about it. But before that, now it's time for me to introduce the team who is going to evaluate first. So I would like to invite General Evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Mehak. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing your thoughts on this beautiful theme. Good morning, everyone. I am the general evaluator for the meeting today. And what I would first want to explain what a general evaluation in any Toastmasters meeting means. It's a very exclusive segment for any Toastmasters meeting. It's a moment where we pause, we reflect, and we look at the meeting as a whole. Not just the speeches, every role, every transition, and every element that contributed to the meeting. And evaluation in any Toastmasters meeting is not just about criticism, it's constructive feedback and often helps in our growth. So, in any of the Toastmasters meetings, the general evaluation will be divided into three parts. First would be the speech evaluations. Second would be the evaluations by the CAT team players, that is the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. And third part would be the evaluation of the whole meeting. So first, I would want to introduce our CAT team players, that is the timer, our counter, and grammarian. And the best part is today, we have the opportunity that these roles are open and we can take it up from the floor itself. So I request if anyone wishes to take up the role of the timer for the meeting today, can come up or maybe show a raise of hand. Okay, I see Toastmaster Mohit has raised his hand. All right, Toastmaster Mohit, you can take up this role. I would wish to introduce you to please come forward and explain your role as the timer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Hi, everyone. As the timer for the day, I would be keeping a track of the time for the prepared speeches as well as for the table topic speeches, even for the evaluations. So for the prepared speeches, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes, where I will be replacing my background to show green card at the end of 5 minutes, yellow card at the end of 6, and red card at the end of 7 minutes. For the table topics, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. So I'll be showing green at 1, yellow at 1:30, and red at 2 minutes. For evaluations, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. So green card at 2, yellow at 2:30, and red card at 3 minutes. I'll just demonstrate how I would be changing my background. So this is how I will be replacing my background to indicate the timing. I hope it is clear. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing about your role as well as sharing the timing cards. Now we have the role of grammarian open. If anyone wishes to take that up, I see Toastmaster Rajeshwari is a member in Toastmasters. So Rajeshwari, would you like to take the opportunity and would go ahead with the role of a grammarian?
Thank you, Seema, but yeah, no, I would not know. Yes. Why?
Okay.
Baby.
Anyone else who would like to take this role? Toastmaster Kanika?
Actually, I don't have a word of the day and this thing. I'm not sure also whether I'll be there throughout the meeting. So
You can share the word of the day in the chat after your introduction, and you can also present the report or share it with me. I can present it afterwards.
Okay, fine. So, okay, so I am the grammarian for today. And as the grammarian, it's my responsibility to look out for the good usage and the not so good usage of the English language. So I will be keeping track of uh, how well you are using the English language. And it is also my responsibility to present the word of the day and the idiom of the day for today's meeting. And I urge all the speakers to try and use the word of the day and the idiom of the day as much as possible. And I request all the members to give a thumbs up every time the word of the day or the idiom of the day is spoken. And with that, I close my role for today, and I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanika, for explaining your role so well. And I would request you to share the work of the day as well as the idiom in the chat itself. Now, I would like to introduce my role as the R counter for the meeting. In the role of an R counter, I would seek out the filler words that would be used in the meeting today by the different speakers. That is the so, what, if, because, and many other filler words that we unintentionally use in our speeches. And I would come up with the report towards the end of the segment. So thank you so much. This was the role and my tacking that we just shared. At the end of the meeting, I will share the feedback and about as a general evaluator, my role would be to observe the meeting carefully, and towards the end of the meeting, we'll share the feedback, like how every role player performed in their responsibilities. With this, I would request everyone to please be mindful about the time. Keep using the word of the day and the idiom of the day, and try to restrict using the filler words. With this, I would like to present the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vivek. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for introducing your role and introducing the roles of your team. Friends, moving forward, we were talking about creating clean connection. Who are clean connection people? What does it take to practice clean connection? So let me start. What is connection? Simple question. What is connection? Any inputs, any answers? Please feel free to share either in the chat box or just unmute yourself. Yes, Kanika, Toastmaster Kanika says social, someone who loves company, use. Okay, that's about the word of the day. Okay. Yeah. So what is connection according to you? What is your perspective on the word connection?
Establishing some kind of relationship between two things or two individuals, something along those lines.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Sarah. Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Soumya.
Yeah, so when you can relate to someone or be on the same page, at least about some particular aspect with someone else, I think then that establishes a connection.
Absolutely. When you get somebody in your thoughts, in your imagination, there also you develop a connection. Absolutely. Any other inputs? Anybody else would like to share your perspective on that?
Yeah, so a connection, according to me, is when you can, vibe with the person, when you share, when you have similar thoughts and similar points of view, perspectives. So I feel I'm able to establish a connection, a better connection with people who I can relate to, who function the same way as.
Great. Absolutely. Thank you, Toastmaster Kanika. similar thoughts, like-minded people, you connect better. Absolutely. Go ahead, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit.
Yeah, I feel that if I'm comfortable in sharing my view or feedback with someone, and similarly the other way around, then there is a connection with me.
Good, good. So freedom to express. You are looking for such people who are ready to listen to you, and you are heard and you are acknowledged. That's also a uh, good way to connect, and you feel comfortable to connect with such tribe, such people. Okay, Toastmaster Hirinder, you also wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think, but I resonate with what Toastmaster Kanika shared, that if we find something common and we are happy, we feel really comfortable sharing anything that comes to our mind and we feel respected. I think that's where we find a connection.
Very good. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all your inputs. All of you are right. So let me just share my perspective, which is more or less you have covered, but I'm just putting in some words. Yes, it's a link, relationship, association. These are the words come to your mind when we talk about connection. And what I have come to know that everything in this universe is connected, directly or indirectly, whether you like it or you don't like it. Anything you pick up, any matter, any object, it can be connected with anything. So connection is between and or amongst people, ideas, physical objects. Connection can be at thought level, feeling level, action level, team level, output level, process level, input level. It can be at any level. So there is a definition of connection which is given by Brené Brown. And he says, I define connection as the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they derive sustenance and strength from the relationship. Examples of connections: interpersonal, emotional, physical, conceptual, networking, modeling, mimicking, mirroring. And I believe, as some of you said in the beginning, that the best connection is self connection. Are you connected with yourself? And that could be 1%. You still need support of 99% people. Some glaring example which come to my mind when I'm thinking about my mother. Oh, she used to make such nice breakfast, parathas. And suddenly, next moment, I receive her call. I'm thinking about mango and I start getting water in my mouth. I also get picture of Katrina Kaif. So all these things tell that our connections are so wide. It can be anything and everything, and they are all related to our thought. And whichever thought we pick up, it becomes our connection. Let's also understand what is not connection. According to me, overthinking, zero focus, non-acceptance is not a connection, because they just come, go, come, go. The thoughts come, and sometimes we are so much engrossed in our thoughts, we make a web of it. I remember distinguished Toastmaster Mohit in one of the meetings was talking about the web created by that spider, and sometimes that spider is trapped in its own web. So that's overthinking. And then you are not connected with anything. Zero focus, non-acceptance. Okay, I will talk about now for the clean connection. What is clean connection? But before that, it's time to invite our first speaker of the day. So who is delivering the first speech? Hirinder, it's you?
I'll do
I
Toastmaster
it.
think
Hirinder?
Neetal.
Okay, Neeta. Okay. So what's the title of your speech? And before that, who is your evaluator?
Sarah is evaluator
Sorry.
and
Sorry.
title
Uh,
of
So
speeches.
Toastmaster Vic, sorry, just to add, we do also have a 2-minute speech. Uh, I think we need to do that before.
Sorry, 2 minutes. I missed that.
Speech.
2 minutes
Yeah.
speech. You are delivering that today?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sorry, you
Toastmaster
didn't
Soumya.
give me 5 minutes.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We have to correct each other.
Yeah.
So I stand corrected. So
And
first,
I
we will
said,
have 2 minutes slot theme by Toastmaster Soumya. Let me welcome Toastmaster Soumya. Over to you, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. So I'm going to start with a quick question. How many of you here know that there was a giant AI summit that happened in Delhi about a month ago? Okay, few folks, awesome. And if you've heard about it, has it been mostly positive or negative? Hmm. Okay, that's what I expected. Yes, because if you followed the media coverage, I think the chances are that you've only mostly seen criticism. And this is why this is very interesting to me, and why I and even Toastmaster Mohit thought that it would be great to share the insights. Because I actually attended the summit, and I also got the opportunity to be speaker in a panel discussion with some other incredible folks. And my experience there was quite different from what the headline suggested. So, firstly, like imagine for the first time, we had the who's who of the global AI world. AI is the technology which is not just a technology, but a strategic uh, key, in the geopolitics scale as well. So, imagine having the top people who are shaping this technology on one stage in India from all around the globe. That happened. So these are names that you've heard of, names you probably should have heard of, but don't yet, and also many innovators that are doing really amazing breakthrough work. Right. So now, when I think about this, this is significant because so far this kind of big platform, this stage has only been reserved for Bollywood or cricket in India, right? And now, and education, and it was so nice to see that an education and a technology theme got a big platform like this, especially made better by the fact that it was sponsored by Government of India. Right? So this to me is huge. It showed that we are becoming a serious global player and we are not afraid to lead from the front, no matter where we currently stand. Right. The other thing that I noticed was that how closely this reflected our aspiring national values of democracy and access to opportunity. Because imagine, can you guess what the registration fee for this event was? And it was 0 rupees, free of cost. And as a result, there were 2.5 lakh registrations. This is the biggest scale anywhere in the world for sure. And these were, and because there was no barrier pretty much to enter the event, this had the whole spectrum. There were students, there were non-tech professionals, people whose life is not even remotely related to AI just because they're curious about it. So now imagine what impact such an event would have had on minds of those people. I think of the students who would have felt motivated by being in such an immersive environment for 5 days, surrounded by the people who are shaping the technology as we speak. And the field would have felt really real and tangible, accessible to them, right? And at the other end of the spectrum, there are also the folks who feel anxious about AI, don't who are not technical, but they do see AI taking, or at least the narrative that AI is taking away the jobs. So them being in such spaces would have not only alleviated their anxiety, but even may have given them a few ideas where they could leverage AI to make their own work shine brighter rather than being afraid of it. Right, and that's what the perspective is. So now, was the event perfect? That is, of course, not true. There is always some issues with the event. I'm sure those who have been following might have heard about the Galgotias and the VIP culture and the city shutdown. And believe me, I personally suffered through the last two of it. So I understand that it was frustrating. And I do also respect the need for having a space where the negatives need to be highlighted. But it was sad for me to see that though that 30% negative took the center stage in the mainstream media, whereas the majority of the event was as serious as it could get, and it showcased real and important innovations, a lot of which came from our own national institutes, which unfortunately did not get as much limelight. As we know, no event is perfect. Even in Toastmasters, at the end of the meeting, we ask ourselves what we could have done better. Right. So now imagine if someone watched our meeting or our recording and focused only on that part, what didn't go well. Uh, this is how I felt the event was portrayed. And I wish that we move away from the victim mindset framing that is pretty typical nowadays within the media, especially when I witnessed an event which was clearly a sweeping win, right? And this also reaffirmed something that I've thought about, which is that the loudest narrative may not always be the right one. In fact, many times it's not. What really matters is the narrative that we are choosing. We can see ourselves as people who are always behind, corrupt, and low trust, right? Or we can see ourselves as people who actually fall down, make mistakes, try as hard as they can, and keep it. So I personally choose to see ourselves as winners and not victims. How about you? Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Ganesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya, for such a wonderful 2-minute talk and such informative. And you nailed it, saying that what you choose to see, half glass full or half glass empty. And people who choose to see half glass full, they are actually clean connection people. So let me now talk about clean connection. What is clean connection? Clean connection happens when you talk about, let's say, good rapport. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit said, where I feel heard, where my feedback is taken positively, I feel connected. So yes, having good rapport means clean connection, good process, and it is an intention of interest. Setting that intention duly aligned with universe. That's important when we talk about clean connection. You can have clean connection with the small money plant which had only 2 leaves. And when you develop that connection in your drawing room, kept on a table, daily you nurture it. Maybe it is just 30 seconds or 1 minute, watering it or looking at it or just touching it. It starts growing. And that is where you develop a clean connection with that small money plant, and it starts growing. It starts expanding. Focus on process instead of outcome. That's also a clean connection. When is clean connection? When it comes to our conscious awareness, it becomes clean. Any connection when it comes to conscious awareness. When we start appreciating the connection, it becomes clean. Because when we appreciate, we understand, no, this person has importance. He is doing something, may not be directly to me, but helping this world to function, maintaining the order of this society. I believe when our thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned, we generally strike clean connections. When I dedicate everything to universal subconsciousness, it ultimately leads to clean connection. And when there is uninterrupted flow, exchange of energy, it is invariably clean connection. I will talk about loose connection on what is not clean connection after first speech. So this is a perfect time to invite our first prepared speech speaker of the day, Toastmaster Neetal. But before that, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Sarah. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarah.
My target speaker is Toastmaster Neetal. They will be presenting their Level 1, Project 1 icebreaker speech from the pathway Motivational Strategies. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The title of the speech is My Life version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Timer, please note the time limit is of 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you, Timod.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarah, for introducing the purpose of Toastmaster Neetal's speech. Toastmaster Neetal, My Life, version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Toastmaster Neetal, version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever started something in life with full motivation, full energy, full confidence, then quietly abandoned? 3 days. The answer is yes. Don't worry. You're not alone. You are looking at a highly experienced practitioner of the exact years. I realized about myself. I absolutely love starting things, new plans, new hobbies, new routines, new diets, new workout schedules, new productivity streams. If enthusiasm burn calories, I will have 6 packs abs by now. My life follows a very predictable pattern. Day 1, transformation begins. Day 2, this is my new personality. And day 3, me research another light transformation technique. I have started journaling, I have started 5 a.m. plan, I have started 6 a.m. plan, so started 7 a.m. realistic plan. I might have tried keto diet, cheat week. At 1 week, I have bought yoga mats, protein powder, all the equipments that would need for a fitness goal. And 2 days, they will be useful, and the third day, they will become a decor in my home. But if you notice about one thing about me, I will never run out of excitement. If something is not working out, I'll plan something else. But look at me, there is something confusing. Because despite being a serial starter, I have stick to something. I completed 2 professional courses, chartered accountancy and company secretary. That are the 2 brutal exams in India that humanity knows. I was one kind of person who got disappeared from birthday parties, family functions, weddings, festivals, and just studied. I did with dedication, daily study plans, structured timelines, and I could clear the exams within the time frame of it is required. If you see a certain person who could plan 12 months in advance is not able to plan a workout. Speaking of workout, my fitness journey deserves its own documentary. I have tried running, walking, strength training, HIIT, cardio, Zumba, home workouts, gym workouts, everything. Every time I start, I tell to myself, I'll stick it for next 3 months. After 3 days, I start something new. But again, I never run out of enthusiasm. But if you look at my professional career, I am a dedicated person. I have stuck with 4 years in Tech Mahindra, 6 years in Oracle, now almost completing 5 years in Deloitte India. Is it not ironic that I cannot stick to a diet plan or a workout plan, but I'm sticking to a company? So, workout plan might be unstable, but career is a long-term investment. There's one more thing I'm consistent about that comes to friendship. Come my friend, congratulations. You are in for a long-term contract. I might change my gym plan, I might change my diet plan, but I don't change my friends. I come up, I listen, I may annoy them with my big life plans, but the truth is, in a world where everything keeps changing, you can count me in as a reliable friend. So, if I have to summarize my life so far, it would be I start many things, new books, new diet plan, new workout plan. Finish some, I may not finish some, but you can always count me in as a committed friend. And I always plan for my long term career. So, after all, it's not a bad balance. Thank you. Back to you, T-Mod.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. What an amazing speech. So I request everybody to take 1 minute, invest your 1 minute, and give feedback on the speech delivered by Toastmaster Neetal in the chat box. Thank you. So continuing about our creating clean connection, and I was talking about what is connection, what is clean connection. Let us also understand what is not clean connection. That also we talked about, like overthinking, zero focus, and we also talked about clean connection. This you imagine when we used to we did not have TV in the beginning. I mean, I'm talking about my childhood. We used to use transistors, radios, and whenever I wanted to listen to some Geetmala or Vinaka Geetmala that time, connection used to be bad many a times. And we used to do very precisely rotate that knob and put transistor in different places. So that was one example of loose audio connection. Electrical connection. Sometimes there is a short circuit, maybe there is a dust when we are trying to join two wires and it interrupts the energy. Another example could be you greet someone with high energy, but you get cold response. So that is again a not so good connection. But good news is that we can create clean connections in spite of all these challenges. But question is why we need to create clean connections? What is the need of doing that? Can I have some answers, some feedback, some sharing from the participants? Why do we need to create clean connections?
I feel one reason that we need to have established clean connections is it will make people more comfortable and there will be less of this mental health issues because when you have connections, when people hear you and you have a safe space to communicate, you feel light and you will definitely not go into the negative pattern of thinking.
Absolutely. And you nailed it, Toastmaster Kanika, that we need space to express. Expression is expansion. As one of my mentors said, that expression is expansion. So it's really the need for our mental well-being, nourishment of our soul. It nourishes our mind and body to have clean connections. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Others, please.
Yeah, I think a larger philosophical one, to have a more fulfilling life. I feel you can still go through life without clean connections or without any connections at all, but just it's not as there isn't enough flavor in it. It is not as enjoyable, but clean connections help you enjoy life.
Yeah, very true. So Toastmaster Soumya says, yes, it's a to have a fulfilling life. And onus is on me how anybody can behave with me in any which ways. Bad behavior, somebody is hurting me, somebody is bad mouthing about me, doesn't matter. But still, I can have clean connection with that person. We have two more raise of hands, Toastmaster Hirinder, followed by Toastmaster Rashi.
Yeah, so I read somewhere also, and I feel it that as a human, we have a burning desire of feeling significant, feeling important, feeling loved. And I think our connection help us achieve those feelings.
Yeah, thank you. Connections help us to achieve fulfillment of our desires, our feelings. Yes, connections. Toastmaster Rashi.
Yeah, following that, so we are humans and we are social beings, and these connection make us feel more human. Because at every level, when we have a conversation or a connection, and we hear different perspectives, it actually make us more happier, I feel. And it feels like you're more human being there, being vulnerable, like our platform as well. We come here every Sunday with a connection to this platform. We all are here and we are expressing, and this is also sort of clean connections we have here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi, for sharing your perspective. So variety of thoughts is like variety of food. Daily, you cannot eat the same food, same roti and rice. You cannot eat. You need to have variety of food, colors, smell. So same way to nourish our mind, to nourish our soul, we need to have variety of thoughts. Again, Toastmaster Kanika, and then followed by Toastmaster Rajeshwari. Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Kanika.
Sorry, I'm speaking again and again, but this is a very interesting topic. And when we talk of clean connection, I think today all of us are establishing a very clean connection with AI. What do you feel about that? Because AI understands it, understands us, and gives us all the required answers, and we can relate to it. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, I will come to that later. AI part. I have registered your question that what are my thoughts about connection with AI, and that could be a topic for another meeting. But I will briefly share my thoughts about it since you asked that question. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, sorry, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. Go ahead.
Thank you, Vivek. So the connections is an interesting topic. So to build that self connection, right? We need that proper people who encourage us. So in that way, in that perspective, so suppose we build a meaningful connections who will help us uplift who we are. In that case, the meaningful connections will always help us uplift ourselves as well as the surrounding.
Beautiful, beautiful perspective. However, I have a different perspective, little bit different perspective for you to reflect upon it. Uh, when I was getting teenager and when I was a student, my father used to give me a lot of advices. Okay, save money. When I got my first job, Vivek, save money, maybe invest in your house. And I used to think, okay, what is he talking about? And I never understood that for at least first 10 years. And from 11th year, I understood no what he said 10 years back was a gem of advice, and I was foolish not to follow his advice. So, it changes. Our connection is there, but the meaning of that connection changes as time passes, as our own experience evolves. So now I don't see any raise of hand. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, you had raised the hand. You wanted to share something?
Uh, yeah, I wanted to share that since we are talking about clean connections and how it's useful, even from a purely like a selfish perspective. So we all have goals, and there's nothing wrong in being selfish to achieve our goals. And one thing that really helps us in sort of moving the needle is having these clean connections. The people who will help us, if there's a need, and it only happens if there's a clean connection, and it's a mutual thing. If I help you, chances are that you will help me back. So that's what I wanted to share.
Absolutely. So it goes like this. We always expect others to be clean, but we may not be so clean. And we think, no, let the clean things come to me, and what I give, I am not aware of it. So now I will quickly summarize why create clean connection. Most of it you have already covered. So one is to bring it to our conscious awareness that connection, importance of that connection. Clean connection heals our mind and body. Clean connection nourishes our soul. Connection hai to sahi hai. Clean hai to life jingalala. This was just, I'm mixing Hindi and English, but I thought it is important to express myself fully. It improves our ability to forecast. We develop the mindset of seeking solutions instead of problems. And clean connection people are gregarious people. So with that, let's move on with the next part of the next speaker. And next speaker is Toastmaster Hirinder. And his evaluator is
Toastmaster
there is
Mehak.
a Toastmaster Mehak. Okay.
You could give
I
it to
guess.
Rashi
So-
as well. She's available.
Okay. Toastmaster Rashi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So can you please introduce the purpose of Toastmaster Hirinder's speech?
Okay, I have to check if he has
I've shared in
shared.
the WhatsApp group, Toastmaster Rashi.
Okay, one second. Okay, so his speech title is Conflicting Personality. He's taking his second level pathway speech from presentation mastery, and and I'll focus on evaluating his style in understanding his communication style. For this project, he's presenting his speech, and the speech title is Conflicting Personality. And speech timing is timer, please note, 6 to 7 minutes.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
back.
Toastmaster Rashi. Thank you. Toastmaster Hirinder, conflicting personality. Conflicting personality, Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you. Have you ever find it really easy and pleasant to work with somebody and find it extremely difficult to work with another? Just raise of hand if you have faced that. And we keep thinking why this person behave like this, or that person is not understanding my simple request. It's a simple thing. So to understand that, we will discover why it happens and see if we can improve the situation. So for that, we have to ace it. So when I say ace, we have 4 different major category, where we can describe people in 4 different category and relatable communication style. So the first category is analytical ones. So think about a scientist in the laboratory. Anything or everything he understood through his experiment only. You give him input, you give him information, he will run through his process of analyzing all the attribute possible outcome. So that is the analytical ones. In our personality, we can see people who are judging everything. What is the benefit? What is the what is the drawback? What if I do that? What if I don't do that? So those are the personality of analytical person. So if we and the communication style of analytical person is always to support something, to read the history, background, some information, what could or maybe a potential trend, how it could be. So that's the personality of analytical person. Next comes the compliant one. Think of a traffic inspector who's standing there making sure we adhere to traffic rules. Even if it feels unnecessary, it feels not comfortable, his job is to make sure that everyone follow the rule. We follow each and every, sometimes we crossing the road and we feel, okay, let's take a shortcut, even if it's against the rule, right? We tend to do that. It's nothing harm taking a shortcut. But that person is there making sure you complete the path, if even if it takes you to travel another 10 kilometer, but that person is the compliant one. And in communication also, they make sure that you do uh, complete all the formality and you stick to the plan. Then comes the emotional ones. I think I relate to that personality. Uh, for the emotional ones, people important to them, emotions important to them, and think of a kindergarten teacher whose job is to make sure that each and every child is feel connected, important, everyone gets a chance, and no one is harmed. There's a harmony there. So that's how the emotional people interact. They try, even in their greeting, if they have to deliver a message, first 5-10 minutes they will spend asking how are you doing, if you're feeling well, and in between there will be a message, and then again they will follow up with how it was, what you are going to do, so that you connect, you stay connected, you feel positive, you look forward to interact with them. And the last one is the driven. These are the people who are go-getter personality. They like to get things done in like that. Think about a person who has to catch a flight in next 5 minutes, and now this person is asking you to do something. How he will ask, or how quickly he would want you to respond, like in seconds. Have you done that work? And he would expect that you say, okay, done or not done. If you start describing that, no, I started on Monday, I did half an hour work, and then I was switched over to something else, and you give the entire picture, this person gets annoyed. Why? Because he's looking for a quick answer. He has to catch a flight, bro. There's a flight in next 5 minutes. So that's how the four different personalities are and their preferable communication styles. And the issue or the conflict that we face is when a driven personality, remember the person who has to catch the flight, is talking to a person who's standing at a traffic. Now he has to maintain and make sure that everyone follow the rule, all the checkbox are take, right? So the person, the driven personality, asks you a question. Have you completed that so and so work? And he is expecting you respond within 5 seconds. And the other person start replying, giving all the detail that is not necessary to the person. That's when the conflict really happens. In another situation, the teacher who's at a kindergarten, making sure everyone gets a chance, she was asked a simple question. Have you followed that thing? So she will make sure that everyone feel connected, everyone respond, or if there is a request. So let's say a driven person sends a request. Can you do me a favor and do this XYZ work? How the responses could be, the potential responses could be. An emotional person would feel like this person is rude. He did not ask me how I'm doing. I have a headache since morning, and this person want that bloody PPT. He did not even ask me. He did not greeted yesterday. I greet him. He did not smile at me. There's something wrong with this person. He never greet. He is always like this. On the other side, if we speak to someone whose primary personality is analytical, who try to weigh pros and cons, and if that person is asked, if there is a request to him, okay, can you complete that task? So the person who has the analytical personality will first see, okay, you tell me how did we do that thing in last 10 months, or how we are going to project. Is there a backup? Is there a supporting evidence that we are doing it or not? So that's when these conflicting issues happen. Although in all the different personality, if I have a certain personality, I feel this is what it should be. I feel that people should greet me. If I'm greeting, if I'm smiling, they should smile me back. On the other side, if person who has a driven personality, he wants to get things done like in seconds. And if he gets a detail, greetings, he really feels pissed off. Why people can't just respond to my simple question, yes or no? Why there is so much unnecessary detail to it? So that's when the really conflict happens. I hope we can we can we can think through while we communicate to different personality. Thank you.
Amazing speech, Toastmaster Ravinder, on how to deal with different personalities, how we can get best out of them, and how we can develop the clean connection with such people while working with such people. So, friends, can I request you to take 1 minute and give feedback to Toastmaster Hirinder in the chat box? So, I think 1 minute is over. Thank you for all your feedback. Sorry, let's continue what we were talking about, clean connections. And I'm glad our prepared speakers today, they are also talking about connections, and because everything is connected in this universe. Toastmaster Kanika asked me a question a while ago. What is my take on connection with AI? I feel I'm still not reached to that maturity stage where I can comment on this topic. Things are still evolving, even though head of my organization and probably many other organizations, they are encouraging teams to take advantage of AI, think how AI can improve our productivity, efficiency, and there is a charter which has been prepared. I have also participated in that. I believe a lot of routine tasks can be definitely, we can connect with AI, we can connect with AI. But somewhere in my heart, as a person, as an individual, I believe that I must not delegate everything to AI. Otherwise, I become so dependent. This is my view. And hence, I'm connected to Toastmasters because this provides me a platform to use my natural intelligence, universal intelligence. Whatever I speak, I try to write by my own hands with very little help from Google whenever I want to take some quotes. Else, these are all uh, raw ideas, and I share it. I'm writing a book also on this topic, creating clean connection. This is the title of my book. Uh, so that is something which is helping me to seek your views, how what we believe about it, and it's a big topic, creating clean connection. There can be several hours discussion on creating clean connection with self, every element of our being. So I'm also doing some research, reading a lot about it. So hope to do justice with that. So I'm not sure whether it answers your question, but I've just shared my perspective. So to conclude, before I give the hand over it to the general evaluator, on sorry, next stage, that is table topic section. How do we create clean connection? We become active listener, having genuine interest, genuine intention, and be just connect with the universe, whatever we are planning to do. Is it aligned with the divine? Is it overall good for the community, or it is for my own selfish interests? So maybe I'm troubling the neighbor by doing something in my house. So that is not something I should be aiming for, and there has to be a way to find a solution which is win-win. Then it develops into clean connection, or be transparent. Okay, it is going to, I am doing some repair work in my house and it is going to trouble you for next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. That could be the way. So key is the having clean communication, clean, transparent communication. So now time to invite table topic master. Who is the table topic master today? Sorry, I missed the name.
I am Toastmaster Vivek, the table topics
Oh,
master.
okay. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, thank you. So let me invite and welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, who is going to be the table topic master today. Over to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Vivek. Huge round of applause for Vivek for such an amazing topic and so many reflections and so much learning coming our way. So much so that Deepthi, my wife, she was listening in, although she hasn't logged in, but she was like, "Can I sit?" I was like, "Of course, yeah, you can." So thank you once again. Now it's time for the table topics. And since all of us are Toastmasters, we know the drill. This is where we hand over topic and we practice our impromptu speaking. I urge everybody to use the word of the day, which is gregarious, when you come on the stage. And today, I have related my topics with the theme of the day, which is creating clean connections. So I'm sure all of you would agree that creating clean connections does not happen automatically. You would have to put in some intentionality, some conscious effort in order for you to create clean connections. So today I will be giving you some certain situations, which are everyday situations. In the form of a picture, you will see this situation, and you have to look at that picture and see how you would navigate that scenario so that you can move towards a clean connection rather than drifting away from it. Is that clear? Now, if that's clear, then I would need a volunteer to come forward and share a number between 1 and 21. You can show your hands, do something so you can be the volunteer. Yes. Anybody? Neethal has her hand up. Okay. Neethal, so you can just choose a number between 1 and 21. You are speaking on mute.
Mentioned 15, today's date.
Okay, perfect. So this is your picture. Just You ready? Okay. Over to you.
In today's world, we all encounter with a common scenario, and they are called as Gyani Babas. They know everything what you should be doing with your life. When you should get up, how should you dress, how should you wear your makeup, whom you should talk, how should you talk. How many of you agree with me encountering this kind of people in everyday life? When you try to defend yourself, that why you did something, are they open to listen to you? 99% scenario, they are not. They're not interested in the perspective that you have. In office culture, we get this many a times. If you have someone a rank over you, they pull it. They try to show that they are the people who knows everything. So what do we do in that scenario when someone says this is the best that you can do with your life? Like the picture shows when a person is driving and how it should be driven. So I'm encountering this these days many people like that. Thing I'm following up is keep listening, then eventually do what you have to do. Because if you follow them and if it goes south, they are not there for to stand and have your back. So I invite everyone here, have an open mind, listen carefully, evaluate the situation, and then take the call. Never trust, like a saying goes, never trust even your left hand when a right hand is saying something or something like that. So do follow that. Do what is best for you. There is no one who will take a stand for you if things go south. Maybe your partner, maybe your kids, maybe your boss, no one will do. As I said in the beginning of the meeting, we are responsible for our own success and failure. Have it in everyday scenario. If you're not eating well, it is your responsible. If you're getting a disease, it is your responsible. If you're not moving, it is your responsible. If you're stuck in a place, even though you're not happy with the job, it is your responsible. Once we start taking responsible for our own life, we will start evolving. Thanks, and back to you, table topic master Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neethal. What an amazing perspective you have shared. And yes, we have to stay away from Gyani Babas. And more importantly, we don't have to be that Gyani Baba in order for us to make cleaner connections. So thanks once again. Next volunteer, please, with a number between 1 and 21.
I was asking Toastmaster Mohit, can we nominate someone? Since I don't see more hand raised, I have two candidates right in front of me whom I wanted to nominate, but I need permission.
You can nominate whoever you wish to, Hirinder. Yeah.
Someone is smiling, he knows. Toastmaster Kanika, would you like to come up next?
Yeah, I don't mind, but a little scared, you know.
No worries, Kanika. You can just feel comfortable. And are you okay? Can I give you the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to select a number?
7.
Okay. 7. All right, I'll show you a picture now. Just take a moment to read through. I know it will take a bit of time. Whenever you're ready, Kanika.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, over to you then.
Yeah. So I think I've got the perfect picture where two kids are fighting and the mother is monitoring. So each one says that I want to put my point across. So this is something that I have experienced as a mother. When both my children would return home after giving their examination, both of them wanted to tell me how it went, what mistakes they made, and what was good. And they would fight in the similar way as shown in the picture, that I want to speak first, I want to speak first. But here it is, of course, about the turn, but they wanted their turn in speaking first. And so I had made a rule that on alternate days, like you speak on Monday, you speak on Tuesday, and the other one had to keep quiet and speak second. So that was the way to go about it. Now, coming to forming a clean connection in a scenario like this, it is very important that we inculcate these values when in kids when they are young. We teach them the importance of listening, because in today's world, I think we have more talkers than listeners. We all want our turn in speaking. We all want to put our point across. And we have lost the patience to quietly listen to someone else and register what the other person is trying to say. And this is where the connections have become unclean, because there's no two-way communication where we register, we listen quietly and understand. We only want our point, our perspective to go across, and the other person to understand what we are trying to say. And when that doesn't happen, imagine there are two speakers, each one wants his turn to express without paying attention to what the other person is saying. Then there cannot be a clean connection. It will be an unclean connection. So, this is why I feel that it is important we teach our children, and we as adults develop this maturity to have the patience to listen to other people and give them a chance to express themselves. Only then we can establish communication, clear communication, and better relationships.
Thank you, Kanika. Huge round of applause. That's a perfect way to create clean connections. So thank you for sharing your own experience as well, Kanika. Okay, next, who would like to go next? Sarah has her hand raised. Yes, Sarah, go ahead. Just give me any number.
19.
Okay. Okay, Sarah, there goes your picture. So you ready? Okay, over to you.
One day, I told my father, "You just don't understand what I'm trying to say." In the opening of this meeting, I told you guys that I scored 100 percentile in psychology. But behind those scores were a very tragic story. My father, like every other, like every other Indian dad, wanted his daughter to become a doctor. This is the story of every Indian kid. Their parents force them to become either a doctor, an engineer, or a disappointment. But I did not want that. I wanted to do something in psychology. Maybe I'm not sure about it, but I knew that psychology was my call. But my dad was not of the same opinion. He wanted me to pursue medicine, a profession of nobility. I argued to my father, "Why do you think psychology is not noble? What is not noble about rehabilitation or saving someone from taking that leap of jump?" I shouted to him, "You just don't understand what I'm trying to say."
But in those heated moments, I did not see what he was trying to say. What he was trying to imply was, will I have security in life? Will I will I get to enjoy a job that is respected by society? A job that the society hates makes your life a living hell. With a more calm mind and a rational approach, I start to see his viewpoint. So I did the same. I conveyed my points with clarity. This is my choice. I wanted to pursue it. And with my passion, I will make it happen. To say you don't understand is slightly wrong. He might not understand, but it is my job to make him understand. Over to you, TTM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarah. What an amazing way, the way you put it. Exactly right. Like Stephen Covey has said that seek first to understand, then to be understood. And that's exactly what you did. And you navigated the situation so beautifully. Thank you. Okay, next. Who would like to go next? Or shall I pick someone? Rashi has her hand raised. So yes, Rashi, you are next. Okay, there I'll just directly show you a picture. Uh, can you see?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Rashi.
Life is chaotic. Everything feels like a chaos. And people around you have their own perspective. And every time someone shows up, they show up with their own thoughts and their ideas. And then here comes a voice in your head that you are not focusing. Focus is something which is like an anchor when you sit meditating and you want to focus on your breath. And again, those tons of ideas, those tons of situations keep coming on your mind again and again and again. And then here comes a voice, you're not focusing. Then again, you try to breathe in, breathe out, and you try to anchor your mind to the breath. And again, that loop starts. A voice comes in your mind, you're not focusing. So here is the thing which we all can do is accepting that this chaos will always be around. This voice will always come back and forth. You just need to accept and move ahead, trying again, and bring your focus back to your breath. And then again, taking a deep breath in and out, and again accepting that the loop will again rebuild. So that's what focus is. You have to be aware, bring acceptance to it, and then move ahead. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. Yes, it's like you have to realize yourself how to get over that feeling when it comes, and you beautifully put it. Specifically on this picture, though, it's basically about how one person is telling the other person that you are not focusing. So, and we have that tendency. So to tell the other person you are not focusing, you're not doing this right. So in order for us to build cleaner connections, we need to be specific in our feedback and then see how the other person relates with that. So, but thanks for sharing your perspective, Rashi. And we'll probably take one last one. Whoever wants to take up the last topic here. in interest of time, we can have one person to go. Uh,
Rajeshwari has her hand raised.
okay, yes, Rajeshwari, yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Mohit.
Okay, Rajeshwari, that's your picture.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure, okay, you can start.
That's the beautiful picture where it gave you an option. Always life gives you two options, one on the right, one on the left. So it is always you who choose the path where you will get directed to a easier one or you might get into a difficult one. In that case, what has happened, I have chosen, I had two options where I was given an option to choose my career, whether I wanted to be a doctor or I wanted to be an engineer. People were pushing me to be a doctor, but my soul wanted to be an engineer. So I have chose a profession becoming an engineer and working as a software engineer. So in this part, communication played an important role. That narration, giving a constructive feedback, and asking people for their opinion as well was a part of the process where I was asking my juniors what way they want to choose. In that case, they had life will always give us that two options whether to take right or to left. You will never know where you might land there. Now I have taken an engineering as a profession and landed in software engineering. Yeah, that was all. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your perspective, Rajeshwari. Yeah, exactly right. We have to understand what is right for us and make the decisions for ourselves at the end of the day. And also, like just looking at this picture from a point of view of whether it's taking us closer to building cleaner connections or drifting us away from it. So imagine like in this particular picture, the lady is telling the probably her daughter that what do you want to do? Do you want to go shopping or you want to go see a film? So we are jumping. I think that's where the important thing is to pause, let the other person speak their heart out. In your case, if your parents, like you're saying, there were two choices given to you, did somebody ask you what is it that you want to do? Imagine, it would have been a lot more clearer if it went that way. So I hope these topics were somewhat helpful in realizing that these everyday situations can take us closer or farther away from building cleaner connections. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day. And before I do hand over to you, I want to share that all these beautiful pictures that you saw here were from this book called The How to Help Children Find the Champion Within Themselves by David Hemry. It's a fantastic book. I'll share the link with you all. You can might want to explore this, not only for children, but I think even for all of us adults, those ideas are 100% relatable. So thank you. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit, for giving us amazing table topics with so much of learning, deeper insights. So I'll take a minute just to conclude creating clean connections theme. What are the call to actions? Listening leads to deeper learnings. Number one, first, create clean connection with yourself. That's so important. Set the intention duly aligned with universe, divinity before starting any work. dedicate the entire efforts, process, and outcome to the universe. Then you can fully focus on karma, on the process. And last but not the least, engage, encourage, and empower your connections. And I would like to share that on Friday, I received the reward of Clean Connection from Toastmasters International for last 2 years, 2.5 years now. Thank you. So I wanted to share with this beautiful community that
Congratulations.
this is all because of you. Thank you.
Many congratulations,
Congratulations.
Vivek.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now I hand over the stage to our general evaluator of the day of today's meeting, Toastmaster Mahek. Is she there?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah, I
so
don't see her
much,
in the frame.
Toastmaster Vivek.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster
Over to
Vivek.
you, Toastmaster Mahek. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, big congratulations to you for achieving the milestone DKM award. And now moving on, I, as a general evaluator, will quickly, first of all, move to the speech evaluations. And I would present the stage to our very first evaluator, Toastmaster Sarah, to provide her speech feedback for Toastmaster Neetal's speech.
Opening with an engaging question, Toastmaster Neetal presented a fulfilling speech that highlighted her enthusiasm, her commitment, and the many ironic twists in her life. With much enthusiasm, I commend the use of hand gestures and the consistent flow of words that maintained a smooth transition throughout the speech. With diligent commitment to her professional roles in CA and secretary, Toastmaster Neetal can commit to improvements, which are recommendations in pauses when when introducing a new theme in the speech. For example, while moving from the initial part that was discussing about the initial stages of her life, her uh, her the way she would not be able to commit to something, and how, but then she moved on to friendships, how she would commit to friendships. A slight pause in the theme that connected two paragraphs could have provided the audience to latch well on to the intended meaning as well. And I feel like the speed of the speech could have been a little bit slower. It would have allowed the audience, and both for me and for you, to perhaps connect with your content a little bit well. And second is incorporating stage presence that could have been more expansive. Also, that could easily be attributed to the fact that you are probably at your home and there is limited space available and it is an online setup. And with respect to that, I feel like the background that you used did not. Uh, it's what it did was sometimes when you were using hand gestures, it would hide your hands, the background. That's something I noticed. So either you can try to use a background that is relatively free of objects that could impede in your, or you can try to deliver speed that is outside or in office setting if that's comfortable for you. To conclude, with an engaging start to diving into a speech that was full of humor, proper hand gestures, and smooth word flow and transitions, with areas of improvement in utilizing pauses, speed of speech, and implementing stage awareness. Enthusiasm might not burn calories, but it certainly highlighted the stages of life of Toastmaster Needle. Over to you, G.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarah, for beautifully capturing Toastmaster Neetal's speech and also providing your valuable feedback for Toastmaster Neetal. Next up, let's have our second evaluator on stage, Toastmaster Rashi, to please provide your feedback for Toastmaster Hirender's speech.
What a beautiful topic to begin with. Conflicting personalities all around us, and how the speaker started to to tell the whole theoretical types of all the four conflicting personalities in the pathway, and how he explained those with examples, and also with the flight scenario with some humor in it was beautifully done, and we were able to understand and able to even gauge that how these different personalities are there, and how there is a conflicting situations when different types of personalities communicate with each other. Some recommendations for the speech would be: when you started the speech, you started with a question, but you rushed without taking a pause or without acknowledging the people who have raised hand in the audience. Would be, if you would have taken a pause there, would audience would be able to connect more with you, and the acknowledgement is important when you ask a question. So that was the first thing. The second thing is when you explain the four types, as this is more a theoretical concept and you want that audience take away should take away something from the speech, you can use acronyms like ACE: A for analytical, C for uh, C for conflicting type, compliant type, E for emotional, and D for driven. So such acronym usage helps the audience to take it away after, even if after you have delivered the speech. Second idea would be that when you have stated the examples for different, those were the different example associated with different types. If you built a story, one story around which all the four types could have been explained as an example, that story would also help the audience to stick it in their mind for a longer period of time. So that was the two recommendation for delivering such type of speeches which have more theories in it. And other is, I felt that the usage of the body and the hand gestures and the vocal variety was very limited. It came across a bit monotonous, and next time maybe you can bring in some more vocal variety, because there were different types of personalities there. You could have a bit vocal variety when usage of vocal variety when you told about them. But overall, because we have witnessed your earlier speeches, this time I felt you were more confident. You delivered the complete speech, and you were really comfortable while you spoken about the whole speech. So kudos to you, and stage is back to you, Toastmaster Mehak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashi, for delivering such an impactful feedback for Toastmaster Hirender in the CRC approach. Now, I would like to invite our tag team players, that is the timer, our counter, and the grammarian, for their reports. First, I would like to invite Toastmaster Mohit on stage to please give your report as the timer for the meeting today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. So first, the good news, everybody is well within the time limits. So let's have a huge round of applause for everyone. The speeches which were prepared, Neetal did it in 4 minutes, 25 seconds, Hirinder in 7 minutes, 25 seconds, which is within the limits. For the table topics, Neetal 215, Kanika 210, Sara 225, Rashi 150, and Rajeshwari 155. For the evaluations, Sara did it in exactly 3 minutes and Rashi in 3 minutes, 20 seconds. That's my report. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit for sharing this wonderful report. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Kanika to provide her report as the grammarian for the meeting.
Yeah, as the grammarian, I'm very sad because the word of the day and idiom of the day were not used that much. But then I guess they came out only in the chat, and I didn't have a chance to explain them to you. So not exactly your fault. So now let's go to the not so good usage of the English language. Someone said makes us more happier. You shouldn't use more and happier together, so it will be make us happier. In that context, it was make us happier. Four different categories, and everyone follow the rule. It should have been everyone follows the rule. And someone said, are they open to listen to you? Are they open to listening to you? In a context, it was said following, it should have been following the person or following the idea. And again, if you're not eating well, you're responsible. It is your responsibility. And argued to my father, it should have been argued with my father. Again, shouted to him, it should have been shouted at him. Someone said, you spoken, it should have been you spoke. So this was the not so good usages. And now coming to the good usage of the English language, there were plenty of, good concepts and good ideas that were expressed. And I'll just some of them that stood out to me were someone used the word impede. I felt it was used in the very right context. And listening leads to learning. Everything in the universe is connected. Choose to see ourselves as winners, even though we might have made mistakes. I don't have the entire sentence, but yes, that was something. Uninterrupted flow of energy is clean connection. If enthusiasm burns calories, I will have six-pack abs. And expression is expansion. Then there was this concept of we expect others to be clean where we might not be clean ourselves in communication. And someone said, seek first to understand than to be understood. And encourage your connections to, to establish better connections. I guess that was the line, but yeah. So this is my report, and I hope there is some takeaway for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanika. And definitely, we learned so many new words today from the meeting today, and something that what we can correct upon as well. Now, I will present my report as the R counter for the meeting. There were certainly some of the people used the filler words. For instance, there was so that was being used by Toastmaster Vivek in his keynote theme quite a few times. Toastmaster Nikhil used like and in her speech twice. Toastmaster Kanika used so. Toastmaster Sara used 2 times so and 1 time because. Toastmaster Rashi again 2 times so. And the word and was used thrice and again word was repeatedly used in her speech and the table topics. Toastmaster Hirinder had 3 so and twice are. And like was also used 2 times. Toastmaster additionally used the word and 3 times and are was used once. Again, Toastmaster in the used twice. Short pauses and there was no long pause today used by any one of us in the meeting today. So kudos to all of you for following that path of using short pauses and restricting the usage of the clutch words. Now, I would come up to the report as the general evaluator. We started the meeting on high energy due to Toastmaster Soumya's beautiful activity of choosing any pose and doing the activity. A great move to trigger the energy amongst the audience. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Soumya, for bringing that energetic spark in the meeting right from the beginning. Coming to Toastmaster Hirender, who was the presiding officer for the meeting, he greeted the audience and gave a warm welcome, introduced the guests. Toastmaster Vivek followed up and continued and shared the announcements about the renewals as well as the Speak India event. So kudos to both of you for starting the meeting on a positive note, or as well as sharing what announcements and what is happening in the district. Moving forward, Toastmaster Vivek introduced us to the theme of the meeting, that was creating team connections. He started on with a very powerful activity, asked to think about the milestone moment that has led to an achievement for all of us, and asked us like what background or if you want to share any experience about that milestone moment. So good start to the meeting. That was highly encouraging, and I believe that all of the members beautifully participated in that activity that was presented by Toastmaster Vivek. So great job done there. Moving on, we had a wonderful speech by Toastmaster Soumya. That was, even though a 2-minute speech, but I felt that the content and the delivery was excellent. A great thought that was being covered about the AI conclave. She shared her experience and especially the thought about how important is to figure out that the positives and the negatives would always remain, but how something has to not be too much overlooked that we forget about what positives it has delivered in a society. So the great thought was Master Soumya there. We again had beautiful speeches by Toastmaster Neetal and Toastmaster Hirender. Toastmaster Neetal, it was second pathway, and she started on as her icebreaker speech. So congratulations. And for Toastmaster Hirender, he was starting a new project, a new level. So a different milestone for both of you. So congratulations and all the best in your journey ahead. Moving on, we had Toastmaster Vivek again sharing beautiful perspective and asking the audience about the clean connections. And from the audience itself, I felt that it was a very relatable topic, and the audience was highly engaged because they were asking questions and taking part in the segment thoroughly. I think that it was a perfectly structured team or theme for the meeting today. Coming to our table topic master, Toastmaster Mohit. Okay, lovely idea to comprehend the table topics in the form of a picture. I really love the concept and the book also that you shared. Topics were very much in a line to the theme of the meeting, that was creating team connections. All the audience and the participants in the table topics also delivered their speeches that were inclined towards the theme of the meeting. So great job done by both the speakers as well as the table topic master. Coming to the evaluators now, the speech evaluators presented their beautiful reports. Everything was mentioned in the CRC approach, that is the commendation, recommendation, and commendation. I hope that the speakers would imply the feedbacks that they have received in their upcoming speeches. Coming to Toastmaster Kanika, taking up this role at the 11th hour. Thank you so much, first of all, and delivering and sharing your the word of the day as well as the e-game of the day and the beautiful feedback that you gave to all of us. Then to Toastmaster Mohit as well, taking up 2 roles and perfectly playing the role of the timer, sharing the timer cards at the appropriate moments. And this was it, a beautiful meeting we had today. I really loved what stood out for me was the theme of the meeting today, that was creating clean connections. And I believe that this is the title of Toastmaster Vivek's book as well. I congratulate Toastmaster Vivek for achieving DKM Award and concluding on this beautiful theme as well. With this, I would present the stage to our presiding officer and to the team of Toastmaster Vivek once again. Maybe you can carry it forward. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Vivek, are you waiting for someone? Yeah, I have a question. Have we shared the link to share our votes? Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster Mehak.
Yeah, it's already shared in the chat box.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Toastmaster Hirinder, now you can close the meeting. Results can be shared on the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for summarizing your evaluation beautifully. You covered everything. I think we are on time, and if you're not stretched further, since we did not have any guest, but I would still ask if Sarah would like to share her feedback, how she feel our meeting. I think Rajeshwari already dropped.
Yes, of course.
How was your experience, Sarah?
It was really nice. I love the table topic session. It was a very unconventional format, but the questions was very good. And I'm trying to incorporate the more difficult topics to prepare for the contest. That's why I'm reaching out to other clubs as well. So a very challenging topic, but I welcome challenges in life. So yeah, thank you for this opportunity, and I hope I was able to do my target speaker justice in her evaluation. And
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
amazing meeting. If I get time next Sunday as well, I will surely join.
You're more than welcome to join, Sarah. Thank you for your evaluation as well. Thank you so much. I think we had a great meeting. Everyone participated. Almost everyone participated with something or the other. No one is sitting just listening to us. So thank you for participating, having a great meeting. Let's enjoy our rest of the day. Thank you. Have a great Sunday. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.